7746 Historian Laureate. I'm not sure if any of you have known that I don't even want to say his name. Mr. Conley was appointed to this position under a couple of speakers' leadership. Unfortunately, it did not go out like it should. It was not transparent like it should have been. And this individual, who's known to many, especially the south side of Providence, for pimping, taking advantage of our people, was appointed for 5 years, was there for longer than that, and the process in that remained so convoluted that he got reappointed without even it going out to bid or to the public, so that we can, in fact, have an opportunity of someone who really knows Rhode Island's history and would represent it in its best light. Unfortunately, this individual, because of his own personal belief, was ill representing the black community in the state of Rhode Island with regards to slavery and the participation of Rhode Island in that industry and time. So there was no policy or regulations with this, and unfortunately, the person responsible and in charge didn't, for whatever reason, think it was important enough to have fixed it when it was brought to their attention. So it left a group of us to meet and come up with what I'm presenting to you today. This act would reduce the term of the Historian Laureate of Rhode Island from a 5-year term to a 3-year term. It would require the historian to author one book or essay and establish 2 commemorative public observances pertaining to various aspects of the history of Rhode Island, each term in consultation with the Rhode Island Historical Preservation and the Heritage Commission. The bill will require developing and implementing programs about pertinent aspects of Rhode Island history, also in consultation with our Rhode Island Historical Preservation and Heritage Commission. The historian would be responsible for the collecting, editing, and publishing of any archive records, papers, or manuscripts that are deemed essential or desirable for the preservation of Rhode Island history. The historian would advise and assist the Rhode Island Historical Preservation and Heritage Commission concerning the designation, acquisition, administration, interpretation, use, or disposition of any historic site, property, or place relative to Rhode Island history, and they would be responsible for coordinating educational programs and projects at such historic sites or properties. The historian would also be responsible for carrying out and actively encouraging research in historical records in order to add to the knowledge and understanding and appreciation of Rhode Island history. Unfortunately, that individual, Mr. Conley, was insisting that slavery did not exist in the state of Rhode Island, but we know better. The historian shall provide a written report no later than January 31st of each year to the Governor, Speaker of the House, and the Senate President, the Secretary of State, and the Rhode Island Historical Preservation and the Heritage Commission of the programs, projects, and activities undertaken and completed during the preceding year. For too long, the duties and responsibilities of the state historian have remained undefined and vague. In order to maximize this non-paying position to the fullest benefit of every Rhode Island resident. This legislation clearly lays out the duties and responsibility of this important position that is responsible for maintaining and exploring the vast history, the true history of Rhode Island and all its people. Any questions?
Any questions for Chairwoman Williams? Representative Tanzi.
Thank you, Chairman. I did not realize we had a historian, and what you've disclosed as the quality of this last person, I think, is appalling, and I would have gladly signed on to this bill had I known it was coming in, and if it's not too late, I would happily do so. I feel that this is important wrong that we need to right.
I welcome your signature on it. If you can get it on there, the chairman could allow you. I welcome it and I appreciate it. In that vote, yes on one, he was out there really campaigning against that, so.
Any further questions or comments on 7746 for Chairwoman Williams? Seeing none, you have one more bill.
Historian Laureate is a bill that's not going to get a lot of attention, but it certainly needs to be overhauled. The way that this Historian Laureate was reaffirmed, or whatever that process is, was the Secretary of State did it, like, quickly, and it was barely noted. Just, oh, you're up, re-up for another 5, 10 years, whatever it was. And I thought that was ridiculous at the time, and I think it's there's got to be a better process for that.